Mr. Yashvardhan Baid, COO and founder of Jetapult, who will be moderating the session, and it will be on fundraising 101 and investments. May I request Yash to please take over the panel.
Good evening. And there are a bunch of young people here. I'm sure you guys have heard about VCs and startups and are starting your own entrepreneurial journey perhaps, and would like to potentially raise money or think about how to raise money to reach your sort of goals and ambitions, and how that sort of works in the gaming ecosystem at the early stages in India specifically. So we're going to try to create a narrative and an understanding of what that particular piece looks like in India. And to really talk about that, we have an esteemed panel on board. But a quick introduction about myself. I've been in venture capital for about the last 5 years. I was an early employee at 314 Capital, worked very closely with Mohan Daspai and his two sons. We raised 5 funds in 5 years, managed about $750 million in AUM at 115 portfolio companies, and invested in companies like Licious, Pocket Aces, Loco, Bank Open, Jupiter, so on and so forth. Now, I am currently running a private equity fund, which is focused on game studio investments and acquisitions. And this is a fund based out of India, but has global ambitions. My co-founder, Sharan Tulsiani, was a panelist earlier, and he comes from Google. So he's the gaming guy, I'm the investments guy, and that's how we came together, and that's what we're really looking to do. So not wasting any more of your time, I'll quickly introduce the panel for today. We have Oliver Jones. Ollie, hey. The founder of Bombay Play. Everybody, please give a warm welcome to Ollie. If you've been a part of the developer ecosystem, I think this guy is leading the bandwagon here, at least in Bangalore, and more so in India. So
all aboard the bandwagon.
Yeah. I'll just call quickly everybody else on board as well, and we'll start with a quick round of introductions, as things progress. Mayur Bhimjiyani, the co-founder of Hypernova. Hey, Mayur. Welcome. Nishant Betgeri, Director of Investments, New South Wales. Nishant's already here. Great, Nishant. Welcome. Let's take a seat here. Do we have mics?
We appear to need one mic.
Okay. Hello. So I want you guys to understand early stage VC investments is largely two things, right? A VC really thinks about two things when investing into a company. One is the market. The market is all-encompassing definition of what the size is, what the opportunity is, what the layout is, the difficulty of entering, playing through that market, the opportunity to go wrong and wriggle through and still figure things out. So that's one big piece. Are you the first comer in the market, not the first comer in the market? A lot of those kinds of things. So market is a very important consideration. And the second, probably the more important consideration is the team, right? The people behind the journey, the people who you encompass your money to, you share that money with, to lead a ship which is going to be built from scratch and start sailing day one, right? It's a very important role that you need to sort of hire for, essentially, but you share the value, of course, through equity, and that's really important. And a person's journey, their motivation, their past background, all of those things become really important and relevant while you're really considering investing in them, right? So keeping that as the context of people who are raising investments, have raised investments, have been a part of that ecosystem and that journey, I'd really like to ask all three of y'all what your journey has been like as a founder. How do you guys get to potentially getting there, like being in the shoes of an operator and or in the shoes of an investor, or like a joint role as well, and how that's been going on for you guys as well. So over to you guys. Ollie?
I'll just quickly, you did a great introduction. I've been through this journey twice now, so I guess the cool term is 2x entrepreneur. First with Moonfrog, We did a seed round, then a Series A round that was Sequoia, then Tiger Global. Total amount raised was around 15, 16 million. And then after that, co-founded Bombay Play, another gaming company, same space. And we closed last year our Series A, which was 7.5 million. I think total raised around 9 million. So done this a few times, a lot of war stories. Looking forward to sharing.
Thanks for that introduction, Yash. I'm Mayur. I run a studio here in Bangalore called Hypernova Interactive. We've been around for the last 8 years, and we've raised just a little bit north of about $1.5 million. We've been largely bootstrapped through a lot of our journey. Many times we've come close to bankruptcy. It's been a very hard fought, like Oliver mentioned. There's lots of war stories, and the one thing I will tell you, apart from what Yash already mentioned, if you want to look at starting a business, apart from team and apart from the market, the one super important critical X factor that we also look at for people when we are trying to bring them on board is perseverance and grit. Because you might be extremely intelligent, you might be you might have very high IQ, high EQ, but if you don't have the perseverance to go through the hardships, you're not going to make it. It's as simple as that. Yeah.
Well, good afternoon. My name is Nishant. I represent Investment New South Wales. We are not an investment agency, but more a facilitator. And, for a startup, the most difficult is the first round. And, getting the funds is not easy. So what I'd like to share is that I am in the ecosystem and some perspective of what are the other options apart from the investors who can bring in money. While all three of you have enough experience of raising yourselves and maybe guide the startups on how to do it, maybe some perspective of what we have seen, apart from this option, what are the other options? So that's something I'll touch upon during the discussion.
Thanks. This relay is really helping. We'll ask for another mic. Let's see how that goes. Okay, guys. So let's get an understanding of what the audience is like and try to cater to the conversation accordingly. Who all here are like looking to start a company or working in a company that's really at the early stages, potentially thinking of fundraising or just have been through that journey itself? How many people in that journey today? Yeah, quite a few. That's not too bad. I think that's a good area to target. Anything else related to this audience that you guys would like to touch upon, right? Like we can keep it a little open and engage you and ask you what you'd like to talk about, what you'd like to learn. And if there's a separate target audience beyond that, that we might like to touch, if someone could just share what their past profiles are, what might be relevant. Anything, anybody? Okay, yeah. Growth and scale beyond one's market. I'll try to keep that conversation limited to the investor's lens because that's the nature of this organization and the panel that we have today. Okay, cool. So guys, you're looking to raise money, right? What do you need? You guys have gotten started. You've like really put yourselves in the shoes of a really risky adventure and journey. And you want to see how it goes. You're a first-time founder, perhaps. And you're a first time, or you're believing in a first time founder and you just joined that company. What do you do next, right? Yeah, anybody here?
Yeah, you.
Sure.
Thank you. Okay, so we are a company which is into virtual reality fitness, right? So looking at putting it on the Meta store next month, right? So there are challenges in terms of adoption itself. Not loud enough? Yeah. Okay, so let me just repeat. We are a virtual reality fitness company, right? And our product is in beta stage. We're going to put it onto the store in a couple of months from now. There are challenges in terms of market adoption of the device itself, right? Currently, we're bootstrapped, and our journey is going to be a little more longer than a year from now, right? So question is, do we need to take funding right now just for hanging in there till the time we actually get into the market so we can sustain ourselves, or we just wait there, okay, not take the funding right now because we still hold the percentage shareholding that is there and dilute it at a Series A or whenever we get the PMF, right?
Thanks. That's a very relevant context that shared that I think a lot of people would resonate with at a meta level. And I'll take that question in that direction, right? I'll break it down into perhaps two pieces. One is, what's the current fundraising environment, right? Like, is that something that's conducive to raising money or sustaining your business currently? How do you guys think it needs to like relevantly look like from your what tactical decisions you make with respect to fundraising, let's say in the next 12 years, specifically in gaming? How do you guys see the gaming investments market today shaping up in the next 12 months or so, given the larger macroeconomic scenario?